escuchas.
110 years after the launch of the original, Titanic 3 will set sail in just a few hours on the same path as her namesake.
Oh my God, look at this ship.
It's time of your life.
Okay, it's gonna be the time of my life. Ah!
Team TJ, we are here with AnnaLynne McCord at WonderCon here in Anaheim to talk about Titanic 666. AnnaLynne, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Really, really great. It's our first time, our first experience here at WonderCon, so we're really excited.
Awesome, I'm so excited to be here too. It's my first time as well.
Yeah? Oh, that's so cool. So, what was it about this project that got your attention?
The name.
The name.
I literally got the offer from my team. I didn't read the script. I just called them right away and I was like, did you just offer me a movie with the name Titanic in it? And they were like, yes. And I was like, so the answer is yes. And they were like, do you want to read the script? And I was like, no, I need to. I'm doing this because I was obsessed with the Titanic when I was a child. I love that movie. It's the Titanic. The movie itself was actually the reason that I wanted to become an actress. And I know, so it's really full circle for me. My inner child was like, obviously we're doing this movie. But I actually went on after the movie to study the history of the Titanic for a year straight. Like my whole family was just like, could you stop with the Titanic facts when I was like 10? But yeah, so there was an aspect of it. I was like, I love this. But so cut to, 20 plus years later, and I'm driving up to the Queen Mary, and it's like I'm being, brought to the Titanic. I'm like, I made it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I love the Titanic. I think I've seen that movie like a million times, so I 100% relate.
I love it so much. And I was a little, my hormones were raging a little bit perhaps when I was a child because Leonardo DiCaprio was like, will I grow up and marry him? Maybe.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
During the filming of this production, I can neither confirm nor deny that I had multiple paranormal experiences on the Queen Mary. There was I was joking with everyone, but I was like, literally stop talking, I'm filming, y'all. Okay, shh. All you ghosts, be quiet. The energy was a vibe on that ship. It was really interesting. But I actually do have a personal paranormal experience, which I have on video.
Okay.
So
we have to see that.
I might have to show it to you. I sent it to my friends, and they sent it to their friends at Ghost Hunters, and my friends who worked with Tyler Henry, who used to be on Hollywood Medium. I did Hollywood Medium. They were like, call us anytime. I sent them a video, and I was like, I don't know if Tyler can get a read on this, but a little girl walked through the back of my video, and there was no little girl there. And I've watched it 9 billion times, and and they literally sent it to Ghost Hunters. They said, this is not a shadow. I was like, I know, there were no lights. I was there. But they were like, this is definitely an energy presence. And I was like, I know, I experienced it. I felt it. So yes, I have definitely had paranormal experiences, but definitely never that many as I felt on the day when we were filming Titanic 666.
Can you tell us about any upcoming projects you have?
Titanic 666 is a movie that I'm... You're supposed to laugh. It's a joke. He's laughing. He's like, I am laughing. I obviously am so excited about this film coming out here in April, and I just wrapped a project yesterday called Second Chances for USA, and I have a couple of other shows that we're working on right now in development. One of them is actually something that I'm developing that is more to do with the work that I do in the world with mental health, and that I'm really excited about. So tuned in, to be continued. Check it out. Mm-hmm.
Exciting. Well, thank you so much for being here. We really enjoyed talking to you, and we hope you enjoyed it too.
I did. Thank you. And you guys make sure to check out the film on Tubi. I think you're going to like it.
So you thought you could just steal these from their final resting place?
I preserve them so their memories can live on.
I bet you're gonna want to know what hidden treasures are around here.
What is she doing?
I call on you, you spirits, rise!
Team TJ, we are here with Joseph Gatt. here at WonderCon in Anaheim to talk about Titanic 666. Joseph, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
We're doing really, really great. It's our first time here at WonderCon.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations. How are you feeling? How are you finding it?
We're really excited.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Are you here for the whole weekend?
Yeah. The 3 days. Yeah. And we're excited. We're nervous, but we're enjoying ourselves.
And where are you from?
We're from Tijuana.
Tijuana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From Mexico.
Awesome. And you're just up here. So and you actually live in Tijuana?
Yeah.
And that's where your company is based?
Yep.
Okay, so this is great. So you're just up here for the weekend,
and then we're
little people like me.
Oh yeah, no. So we know that you work a lot in horror and sci-fi movies. What attracts you to these genres?
I think that they're just so much fun. The characters are just so much fun, you know, and you don't have to worry so much about reality. You know, you can put reality aside and go to work and just play. I think that's my favorite thing.
What's something that stuck with you while working on this project?
On this one in particular? Just mainly the experience, I think, of, I mean, I know most of the people that I've worked with them before. Great crew, actors, team, the director. But I think the thing that's going to stick with me the most is the experience of working on the Queen Mary. That was the location where we shot about 90% of the movie was shot on the Queen Mary.
Okay.
And it's such an incredible location. There's a lot of, depending on what you believe, there is a lot of energy on that ship. And it's a very busy ship.
Okay.
So it's always fun to be there. There's a lot of stuff going on, both real and not so real.
So, have you ever had a paranormal experience?
I've had a few, yes.
Yeah, and recording, filming?
Not while filming, no. I've had, stuff happen in my personal life. But nothing actually, has anything happened on set? Let me think. Nothing really. We had a lot of incidents on the ship where cameras would fall and things wouldn't be recorded when they were being recorded, and we had to do retakes, and strange technical issues would happen that wouldn't normally happen. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Not while we were filming. When I was not on camera, I did a little bit, some exploring of the ship by myself. And, I'm just going to say it was a very, very
interesting.
Yes, yes. It's a very loud ship. There's a lot of stuff going on that ship.
Well,
it was a real privilege to be there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming projects that you could tell us about?
A few actually. Around the same time, or just before I was shooting Titanic 666, I was working on another movie which shot on the East Coast called The Retaliators, and that's been doing the festival circuit, and that will be coming out I think later this year on one of the streaming networks. I'm not sure which one. And I also just finished playing the lead in another horror movie called Baby Blue, where I play a psychotic murderer. Really fun character. And that's in post-production right now. That'll be a really fun one with great crew, fantastic actors. And I'm also going to be working on a new Netflix movie at the end of the summer with Zack Snyder. And also last year I was shooting on Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson, which is going to be coming out later in the year.
We're going to be waiting for that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for being here. We really
Thank you
enjoyed
for
talking
coming up
to
from
you.
Tijuana, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you so much.
How long has this been happening?
You are on hallowed water and you have desecrated it.
Team TJ, we are here at WonderCon in Anaheim with Nick, Paul, and Glenn, producer, director, and VFX for Titanic 666. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
So, how do you bring a story of an event that happened so long ago to this new generation?
Well, you make a movie about a ship full of cosplayers and social media people going out to celebrate the launch of a new ship called Titanic 3 that's going to set sail toward, or travel out to the actual site where the Titanic sunk. And so they're profiteering, and they all get kind of scared when they're out there. That's how you just bring it back to the original site,
But isn't making a movie about this also profiteering off of?
It is. Well, I didn't say that. We're not. You guys are profiteering.
We're not blameless.
But it is. It's like, you just go back to the Titanic site and you have a celebration over their grave, and there you go.
Very disrespectful.
It's pretty disrespectful.
I am not going on any ships anytime soon.
You got an angry captain like on the poster that, and all these other people that are like, get off of my grave and quit selling our artifacts and celebrating about us and posting and social media and tweeting and TikToking about it. There you go.
What made you want to explore one of the most tragic events in the horror genre?
Calling out.
Is it really one of the most tragic events in the horror genre?
Sure.
We made it one.
I don't know. These guys wanted to do it again because they have Titanic 2, which was popular, and they're like, hey, we got to do this again, but let's do it in a horror genre. And that's...
Yeah, I mean, it lends itself perfectly to horror because there are 1,500 people who died and are at the bottom of the ocean. And, some people are out there sort of taking advantage of them. I would haunt them.
That makes this movie better because the original Titanic, these people were innocent going, oh my God, we're having a bad day. These people are sitting there going, party, party, party. And the ghosts are like, seriously? Come on. And so you're actually rooting for the ghost this time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kind of are, actually.
Yeah, we were talking about who the hero of this movie
is.
It's
like the angry ghost.
It's the ghosts.
Are we going to see real life events from the accident, or will be just fantasy?
There's a little bit of an original teaser that shows some of the original event. Yeah.
We have a girl pushing a guy off a raft and just hanging onto it by herself.
Well, it's like the disaster at the beginning when it's happening, just as a prelude, and then we're like, how many? 110 years later. Yeah. And they have some high, new technology, but they're trying to make it look exactly like, the original Titanic, like an old-looking ship. And so we have cosplayers, we have social media, we have the wealthy elite, we have antique collectors, whatnot, showing up to do this maiden voyage of this new ship.
You'd think they would have put, maybe stronger steel on the bottom of it.
We know what would happen last time.
So I have a question for Glenn. What do you do to stay up to date with industry technologies and software?
I read every issue of Cinefex. No, I used to. I used to write for Cinefex. But I keep track of everything. And if I don't, I've got, everybody on my staff, they'll send me stuff going, have you seen this latest thing? And we get samples of everything. We check. We're constantly testing and then begging him for money to go, can we buy this?
And I'm always saying no.
Come on.
And
I'm usually saying
also
no.
Just never sleep. Every time I go by there, it's like him and a couple others, and I'm like, okay, are you number 1 or number 2? Because they're like, I'm there in the morning at 6 or 7. There's somebody sitting there. And then I go back at 1 o'clock, still sitting there. Did you just replace yourself, or are you still sitting there?
Yeah, no, people come in and said, please tell me you have not been here all night. No, I went home briefly, I'm back, but at least you're in the same spot you were when I left.
But the technology in VFX, I think, has come quite a ways. Like, the stuff that I'm seeing these guys do is like just getting better each time. Like, there's some stuff that's like, I'm usually scared to put visual effects in the films because I'm like, oh no. And I mean, I still am a little bit, but the quality's getting like pretty good.
I'll be honest, we're very proud of the fact that we've got shots that are the equal of a movie that spent $300 million. Now, mind you, it was 20 years ago, but still, we still have shots where when we were going through the film, sometimes we weren't sure which were ours and which ones that we had in there for reference. We couldn't tell sometimes.
Okay.
Pretty good about this.
Yeah, because I was kind of mean. I put in, like, because we needed, you know, like we were watching the cut, and I'm like, oh, and this is totally boring. Like we need to see the actual disaster. I can't just look at black slates, black, you know, okay, let's just pull some shots of the real Titanic movie sinking. And so we put them in there.
This is the real Titanic movie.
And this one, but then he like complains like, dude, you can't put the real stuff because now everybody's used to it, and now we have to match it.
Which we actually had to rise to the challenge, and we did.
Absolutely.
What can the audience expect from this movie?
A happy ending.
Is it?
Turns out it's all.
Everything turns out perfectly.
Yeah, it's kind of a happy ending, I guess. For who? For the
ghosts.
No, I mean it's yeah. We can. I think it's a lot of fun.
It's a fun ride.
I think it's a lot of fun. That's, you know, there's nothing to. Yeah, it's fun. Some people, like the person we just interviewed us, she had to stop watching it because she got too scared. So it depends on your scary tolerance, you know. Like I have no tolerance. I have a lot of tolerance. Like nothing really scares me, so I just think it's all kind of goofy. If it's like, unless it's really, it has to be so scary that I can't watch it. But yeah, this is like in that. I would say this is like more like a comedy.
Scary.
It's just purely like a slow horror. It's more like it's supposed to be. It's designed to be a mixture of action disaster with horror. So, and that was a tough element to combine the two because they work against each other in many ways. You want to slow it down, but then you want to go bigger and have like bigger shots, bigger, you know, you want it to be like people running around and action, but that doesn't, that kind of contradicts the slowness of some horror that you need to build suspense, you know? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Team TJ, don't miss Titanic 666 on Tubi.
Entre estrellas.